respect to them, that was a very, very good team fight. Like I said, really good choice of Helm. Helm on the Revenant is really effective because if you steal damage and then obviously you can just King A doing the baller play. Has picked up a Ginsu's now, so he's sitting at 187 creeps, so using his ulti to farm up like a pro. Winsu's being picked up, and that's pretty much the game for... Well, once you pick up Winsu's, you win, right? I mean, that's just why it's called Winsu's. But I mean, with Cold Feet, Ice Thingy, Dagon, Ginsu's, Ultimate, you just die. No matter who you are, and Clockwork's not specifically tank anyway in this game. But anyway, like I was trying to say, if you steal damage with the Razor and then you use your Helm, obviously you gain an insane amount of damage back. Life back. So that's one of the reasons why people pick him. I think Force Staff, I mean, there was a discussion on Dota the other day as Force Staff being an imbalanced item, and I don't think it is. I think the reason IceFrog created Force Staff in the first place, Pipe being picked up now on Ogre, and he's going to probably be going for an Assault Cuirass here, and we're going to see an Ultimate Stick going up for the Lich, and an Ulti Stick probably going up for the Leshrac as well. Eridar, I don't know what he's going for next. He's picked up a Hood just to tank some of the damage, because he's supposed to be your carry, and if you're a carry and you don't have basically any HP, if you're going to carry Eridar, like one of the reasons why I don't think he can be a carry is, well, because he has no HP, so like whatever, you know, he's just going to die. He's pretty, like, he's there useful as a support, but he's not very useful in terms of anything else. Anyway, one of the reasons why I think IceFrog created a Force Staff is because he wanted the play style to slowly develop towards more ganging, more active play, where we see much more action rather than people sitting in lanes and just farming up. The fact that Force Staff is relatively cheap, it gives you good stats as an intel hero, allows you to roam, you know, get in our battles effectively, and just it's really a skillful item. If you can use it effectively, really being played. Wow, loads of Smokes of Deceit being picked up anyway. Something else that I want to say, just talking about Smokes of Deceit, is that I really just don't like the item, right? I get the reason why it was created, and I get the reason why IceFrog wanted to create it in the first place, while all these heroes standing and just popping dust. So they're probably going to go try gang, and I think... What's happening? They have like a general agreement, let's just go meet at Rosh and see what happens. Anyway, the reason why I don't like Smoke of Deceit, it's 100 gold, right? So you pop 100 gold, and yeah, you do manage to evade wards in the early game. But, I mean, professional players have the sense of map awareness anyway. Wow, we're just going to resume that thought now. We have an initiation going off. Leshrac going in the first place, popping ulti. However, the Pugna popping off a kill there. We see this Lich just going down to AA, landing a beautiful ulti there. This Eridar is just managing to try to get up as much kills as possible, but that's not working so well. This Crystal Maiden is killing a wall mid-battle there. Not so sure that that's the best idea. Pugna is going to go down here. Eridar playing really well, but he does get up a kill just before he goes down on King A's head. We see this Crystal Maiden is just going to go down to the combined forces of the Stonebreaker. It has got level 16 now, so he's got a maximum amount of multicast, and at the end of that battle, pretty much everyone on the map is dead, but it was the 3-for-5 trade, and this, even though the fact that Scourge, I mean, you don't want to attack up the hill here. That's one of the mistakes that Sentinel made here. They went up the hill against the team, especially with seeing King A was standing here as an ultimate with A. You can just land his ultimate really. Just as a general, you don't want to take people up the hill. Anyway, like I was saying, I think Force Staff is a really good item, and I think it's very effective, and it's the way playing style should be developed. And then I was trying to say, sorry, back to my train of thought, I don't like a Smoke of Deceit because professional players are going to realize that when heroes are missing off the map anyway. I mean, if there's 3 heroes in lanes, there are two people roaming, and especially if you're solo lane carry and you've got low HP, you're just going to avoid, you know, pushing forward. It makes people more cautious in lanes, admittedly, but for 100 gold, is it worth just making someone more cautious? Does it really pay off? I mean, even if you think about it, if you spend that 100 gold, right, and you kill a hero, that's 100 less gold that your team is actually receiving at the end of the day. Another rush attempt going down here from the Scourge team. Rocket has scouted them out, so they're probably going to try finish this before Scourge gets there. Sentinel gets there, no, but Sentinel is just going to go in anyway. So, like I was trying to say, I'm not so sure that I agree with Smoke of Deceit. Its cost is too high for the damage or effectiveness gives you. Remember, even if you park with Smoke of Deceit, it's not a guaranteed kill anyway in the first place. So the amount that you actually, while going in too early, the rocket sight's still there. He's going to get, rocket sight's still there. No. Anyway, Ogre Axe being picked up, so that's going to probably be turned into a BKB. Lich is going to finish his ulti stick soon. Pugner coming in here has got a mech up now. Finally got a mech up. That's a bit late. Probably Hood would have been better on him. Hasn't finished his ulti stick as well either. Earthshaker going and managing to get off the stun. So that was well played by him. The ultimate going off by Playmate is in fact going to pick up a heal. We do see the heal. Wow, great 4-stop, but he goes down to this Clockwork's Cogs. The reason why he got killed by Clockwork's Cogs from a 4-star is because that Clockwork Cogs are a very high level at the moment. A double kill again going on the Razor. That's not good either. He's going to be going for his Yasha first, and then should have got up a BKB by now. I think I would prefer to see a BKB, especially against an all magical lineup from Denmark. But regardless, I mean, I suppose he's tank enough with the Hood and with the Vanguard. Anyway, like I was trying to say, actually, what was I trying to say? Right, how's it, guys? I'm sorry I'm back about that. My Fraps actually crashed at this point. Kind of lucky for two reasons. One, I couldn't remember what I was talking about, so Fraps crashing kind of worked out. Well, actually didn't work out because I didn't remember what I was saying, and then I spoke for another like 12 minutes, and then my Fraps just didn't record it. So that's really annoying. So I just want to say sorry if I repeat myself, because I sort of had to stop the commentary and then lose my train of thought, that sort of thing. So if I repeat myself, sorry about that. It does give me a moment just to pause, and then I'll try to resume the commentary. Just looking at the quick items at the moment, we have obviously Blink Dagger. Yeah, okay, I know where I am. Kind of know where I am at the moment in the commentary, so we can continue the commentary now. Like I was trying to say, my train of thought was talking about Clockwork's Cogs, and the reason why we think we see Clockwork picking up a high level of Cogs is because it's against a completely magical team, and a team that relies heavily on using his ulti to farm up here, and relies heavily on positioning in order to be effective. This King A relies on positioning, so does this Ogre, so does the Leshrac, so does the Eridar. They all rely very heavily on positioning in order to be effective. Also, they're obviously very mana dependent and have very frail, so the burn from the cogs as well as the positioning that the cogs has, especially if they last for longer, is super effective. Normally, if you're playing a Clockwork and you're roaming effectively and they're against low heroes, if they're not intel heroes and you're not really reliant on farming, you're not the solo tank in your team, even more being played as a roaming hero and a tri-lane hero, you don't need that same sort of you don't need the same level of cogs. It's just not as effective. Normally 2 levels is good enough, and that's all the time that you need for people to be trapped inside in order to pick them off that you need in any case. So that's the reason why they picked up so many levels of cogs. We're going to see another team fight going in here. Smoke of Deceit being popped. We see Denmark, so Greece does realize that the ward's there, so that's why they popped the Smoke of Deceit. So now I'm going to hide up on the ramp here. Another Smoke of Deceit being popped by Sentinel. So, being popped by Scourge. So I think we're going to see another team fight on this ramp here. And what should happen is Scourge is going to get the advantage because they have the ramp side against the. So Sentinel's going to have the advantage because they have the ramp against this Scourge team who doesn't have the ramp. And so if the Sentinel don't win this team fight on the ramp, it's really over for them. And here we see an initiation. We see Earthshaker going in. We see BK being immediately popped by King A. Almost immediately the Earthshaker goes down. Denmark Riser picks up against the Clockwork. Crystal Maiden is getting completely slaughtered. Razor's ultimate just being completely wasted on these ancient creeps as well. But Razor's now going to go down, trying to kill off the Lich, who's on very low HP. Link picked up a double kill as the Lich, but the ultimate from Leshrac is just going to kill this Lich. Whoa! Lich surviving on 90 HP. He's got too much movement speed to be caught. And we do see, in fact, Eridar and King A have managed to catch up with this Pugner, trying to regain life at an insane amount of an insane speed, using his life drain, but just not good enough. And that's a complete team wipe. Sorry, it wasn't a complete team wipe. This beefy Gillette escaping out of there. This does mean Russia is going to go to the Scourge, and that it probably does signal GG. If you can't win a game or you can't win a battle on this ledge here, it's pretty much GG. Like, it's really good to start a fight having the ledge advantage, but if you can't win it with the ledge advantage, it's kind of indicative that, especially the fact that your DPS hero can't win it, having the advantage there, it's really indicative that your team is not in a good state. So back to what I'm trying to talk about just general team play here. One of the reasons why you guys watch DC, as I know it, is because commentaries are entertaining. It's a good way to pass time. It's a good way to watch replays. They're entertaining. They talk you through things and they make you watch replays, right? But the other thing I want to say is, guys, don't just watch those replays. Please, I want to encourage you to watch strategy-based replays. Most of the commentaries on Dota commentaries do include strategy. Some are more entertainment based, some are more strategy based. But please watch the strategy ones. I do my commentaries for some strategy, like I can do entertainment ones, but I prefer doing strategy because it makes me feel like I'm helping you guys. Especially if you're a good Dota player and you don't need the help, then please by all means watch it. But if you're getting into this sort of Dota scene, you want some sort of help, watching these sort of replays with strategy is really helpful. Like, it helped me a lot. And I know the fact that it's going to help your CM play, it's going to help you captain teams, it's going to help you play in teams, it's going to help your map awareness, it's going to help pretty much everything you do. King A just using that up to farm again. So it's really useful that you do that. Clockwork has going to pick up his Blaze of Attack soon. So anyway, that's one of the things that I wanted to mention about watching DC and why you should watch DC and why I encourage you to do this. Clockwork, like I said, should have picked up this Blade Mail way earlier. Like, yes, he does want to be a beefy hero, and I suggest what should have happened is the Pugner should have picked up, not instead of picking up a mech, he should have picked up a pipe, reduce an initiation going on King A here. He just pops his BKB. Is he going to force staff himself up? Is he going to force staff himself out? He's going to force staff himself out. It's a huge initiation going on King and Playmate for absolutely no reason. No one getting killed. Then we're going to back off at that level. So I think he should have got got up this Blade Mail much earlier in the game, especially early in the game when nukes are highly effective. Getting up a hood and a Blade Mail is much more important than picking up an urn, these sorts of items over here. He should have stayed in lane, picked up those items, and then became the tank that his team needed to be. He wasn't able to do that, and he wasn't being effective as such. So now onto the new part of my commentaries that I wanted to try and introduce, and that was playing this AA. And every one of my commentaries that I'm trying to do, I'm going to try to do a deeper analysis of each hero and explain to you how pros play them and why they play them and how they can also be played in heroes and how, you know, if they're hard to play, how are they easy to play and that sort of thing. So now we're going to look at AA over here. And AA is a very easy hero to play. Like, you don't need to be okay, it's probably a good example. Like, to play an Invoker really well, you need to be either Freak or you need to be Asian. You basically need to have computers like built into your genes, right? In order to play a successful Invoker, that's what you need. Okay, I don't believe I said Asians, but whatever. I'm sure you guys get the Dota reference. Asians are just insane in Dota, and like, all due respect to them. But to play this A, you don't need to know. You just need to know to have basically two key rules. One, be aggressive. Two, learn how to use his ultimate. If you can do those two things, you can play an AA and you can really help out your team an insane amount. So that being said, why do teams pick this AA? Well, one of the first reasons why they pick him, he gives you insane lane control. With his ultimate, you can firstly, you know, farm up and take creep waves. Just you know, just all the Scourge heroes staying back, waiting for the creep waves before they initiate or dive upon heroes, using an Aegis on this AA to try and maybe draw out heroes into this area here, so they don't have to fight them up the ramp. Like I was trying to say, you often pick AA because he's a really good hero. Lane control, you can farm up lanes, but also if, for example, if a Razor or one of their carries wants to go into a lane, if you land an ultimate, you know, a Razor can't stay in the lane if he's less than half, or if he's about half HP, but Razor simply can't stay in the lane, because the danger that he's going to hit by ulti and lose all the gold that he's been busy farming up is really high, and it's really such a dangerous potential, which is one of the reasons why people play A in the first place. Also, with these sort of items, he can go in a lane and pick off a hero really easily. So the reason why people play A is because he's basically a hero-killing hero. A hero-killing hero, and that's really beneficial towards your team, especially when they're fitting into a team like we said over here, a frail team, admittedly being picked up by Denmark, but a very AoE, single-targeting nuke team being picked up here by Denmark. That's the sort of benefit that you get from AA in the first place.